you know who started pitching?
Well, I think Hudson.
Hudson.
We're home, we're home.
Oh, yeah, they'll have to switch it out.
All right, folks, thank you for joining us here on YouTube and Twitter. I am Robert Lee, and you are joining us here at the Capitol Federal Sports Complex of Liberty, playing in the KC Sports Crown Town Challenge. A little bit of a change here for us on YouTube. My son Tucker Lee has now joined the MacNSeitz Black team. Was on the MacNSeitz Blue, and so we will have a number of new visitors watching us out tonight. Appreciate you guys joining us here. Tonight playing against the KC Roosters. They are a local Liberty team. So my son up here lives up in the Liberty area, but our MacNSeitz crew comes from all over, out in Kansas, Missouri, a little bit of everywhere, all over the city, in the greater Kansas City area. And so Liberty, a suburb of Kansas City. But the MacNSeitz team draws the home billing for today, and so we will have that advantage. I'll go over your starting lineup today, and that is in order: Bryson Spear, Alex Killman, Cooper McCown, Hudson Woods, Parker Simons, Colston Colquitt, Paxton Crowther, Sebastian Wingrove, Tucker Lee, and rounding out the lineup is Grant Warren. We do have two in reserve, or maybe, it might be three in reserve. And so we'll see if we end up having some of those folks join us a little bit later in the game. Looks like we've had quite a little bit of weather here today out in the Kansas City area, in particular up here in the Liberty area. It hasn't been real heavy, but been raining since probably, I'd say maybe since about 8:30, 9 o'clock this morning, and just really kind of stopping about 5:30 in the evening here. So game time all set for 6 o'clock. The coaches meeting has already transpired, and so ground rules are all set. Umpires are on the field. Thank you. And just received the starting lineup for the KC Roosters. And so everybody's all set and ready to go. You can see out here on the field, both teams meeting with their respective coaches and getting ready to go. You can see the Roosters have their helmets on. They'll be batting first, and our MacNSeitz crew out there getting ready to take the field. So it looks like maybe the umpires are going to wait for that 6 o'clock start time. Every now and then we do start a little bit early. So it'll be an interesting call for me today. I'm not familiar with either team outside of knowing some general kids and whatnot. So I'll do my best as I start to learn everybody's numbers. And starting up for us on the hill is Hudson. Oh, let me go back here. Hudson Woods. And Hudson, one of the primary pitchers for this MacNSeitz Black team. I'm real eager to see where his pitch velocity is coming in at. First one on a first warm-up pitch, just at 73 miles an hour. So I hear he's got a good velocity, some good breaking stuff, and so really excited to watch him pitch and see these guys field behind him. I'll take a quick moment here and go over that Kansas City Roosters starting lineup, and starting in order for them. It looks like I've got first names, in some cases no first name and a last name, so bear with me here, but starting for them is John, followed by Wyatt, followed by Brody, and oh man, this is some good writing here, so I'm not sure what that hitting in the 4-hole looks like Maddox, and we'll say here in the 5-hole is Cody. Batting 6 is Schmidt, and 22 is Colin, followed by number 5 Nash, and number 12 Zach A. That's it, Zach Ablin, and number 29 Felix, and then rounding out their roster is Diehouse. So again, a lot of Liberty products on that Roosters team, and we are all set to go here, folks.
The best ones I found are from Banana, and I tried a million.
First pitch coming from the windup, and that one's just a little bit outside, coming in 76 miles an hour. So some good velocity to start, and some patience by John for the Roosters.
Hi, how are you? Is Becky here? She's coming. Okay. I saw her at school today, but then I didn't get to
So
talk to
2
her.
pitches, 2 balls, and might take Woods here just a little bit of time to get warmed up. Pitching off the far right side of the rubber, and just missing outside there. You'll see the strike zones oftentimes at the beginning of these games. They start out a little bit tight, and then they kind of widen out as the game wears on. But 4 pitches and 4 balls, and John earns himself a walk, and a leadoff walk at that. So the Roosters start in good shape as their leadoff runner now makes his way down to first base. Now in the box is Wyatt, and Woods now working from the stretch. Good looking pitch right there, missing just outside, maybe down a little bit low. And so 5 pitches and 5 balls, but he doesn't look perturbed just yet. And a little nod of the bill cap right there. No action going on over at first, just a pretty modest lead. So catch has not been tested just yet. This one is fouled out of play, and that'll bring it count to now to 2-1. So quite a bit of weather. I imagine that the fields, luckily we have turf here in the infield and then grass in the outfield. So imagine the outfield, pass ball, runner goes, and he's able to advance uncontested. But I imagine that turf has got to be pretty well soaked through. They have pretty good drainage underneath, but I imagine the outfield has got to be just about underwater. Hard hit ball. This one's down the third base line. That gets through. Runner rounds third, and that will be an RBI single. So Roosters get on the board here early. And to no fault of that third baseman, that was a screamer right down that left base line. So no way for him to really get there or get a glove on it. That's number 17, Brady. Oh, that's Brody Carr, rather. That's Brody Carr, number 17, stepping into the box for the Roosters. And runner over there at first as Woods checks him, trying to keep that runner honest.
It is because you think it's low calorie and then you eat a lot.
Line drive right at the middle. Second baseman handles it. We're going to have an opportunity at double play, and they get him. So fantastic jobs by MacNSeitz. And so with a little bit of a rough start for Woods, I tell you what, that is a fantastic play, and that clears the base paths now. And with 2 outs. Starting off number 8. And I apologize, folks. I believe that's Maddox. He's starting down in the count now, 0-1 after a foul tip, or a foul back rather. And now 1-1 count. So again, Woods finding some rhythm here, and now starting to kind of dial it in a little bit more. A nice rip up the left side, and that is good for a single. So Roosters finding their bats here early and moving some runners around and getting on. But MacNSeitz with a good job on a double play. Now they just got to find that last out to get out of the top half of this first inning. That's number 99, Cody, just stepping into the box for the Roosters. A little back pick over there first. Now Roosters back safely. Hold them on over there at first. Pitching from the stretch. And that one is fouled down the right side. Now 1-1 count. So no real movement over there at first, but he's got a pretty healthy lead. And in particular, after the pitch is delivered, he's getting off the base pretty far. This one coming in pretty high. 74 miles an hour. And now 1-1 count. I'm sorry, 2-1 count. So interesting when you start talking about the different things that go on in some of these different baseball fields. So right now we're playing at Capital Federal Sports Complex, and we're playing at a Memorial Field. So there's a really nice high school style type of mound out there. And what I'm noticing is that Woods is coming in pretty high. And so you've got a 10-inch rise there. And when you get into some of these other fields, they don't have the 10-inch rise on the pitching mounds. And so oftentimes it takes some adjustment as a pitcher to get used to that and bringing that ball back down into an area that would normally be a strike. So some nice movement on that pitch. And he starts off with the first pitch strike. Looking for just one more out, force out at every base. Ooh, and that one must have missed just low. Good looking pitch. I cannot imagine Woods is going to be happy having that one called a ball all night. Good lead at second. Short not really working behind him too much. Pop up right side. This one is going to be out of play.
Let's go, battle.
And so now 1-2 count. So no real damage done. And I tell you what, Woods walking up to get a ball from the umpire, still smiles on the face. And so important. He's let up one run. He's not letting it affect him too much, getting into his head. So great work right there by Woods. Runner goes. Throw down to third. And he is up safely. He had a monster jump on that, folks. And I tell you what, there was just absolutely no way that Bryce working behind the dish right now could have been able to throw him out. So both runners are able to advance on that last pitch. And now a 2-2 count. Would have been a good pitch for a throw out, but he had just such a monster jump on that. I don't know that Hudson Woods really looked him back prior to the throw. And now working from the windup. He does look to be a little bit more comfortable in that windup position. Found right side, and that one does get out of play. So a good AB by number 4, Schmidt, for the Roosters. And Woods looking to win this battle and get out of this half inning. And another foul ball. Continues to get that bat on the ball, but just underneath, fouling either straight back or off to the right side. I'd be curious to see if Woods goes with an off-speed here. Oh, missing. That'll load the bases. And now Hudson Woods takes a deep breath. He still looks to be in good shape. That brings up number 22, Colin, for the Roosters. And once again, that ball high. And again, folks, I don't think you cannot underestimate the fact that how different these mounds are compared to the stuff that they've been using. This one's popped up out of play for a foul ball, and now a 1-1 count. So Hudson continuing to sit right around that 73, 74 mile per hour on his velocity. And a nice pitch right down the pipe on that one. Called strike. Now 1-2 count. And a good foul ball right there. So Roosters doing a good job swinging the bat right now, getting the bat on the ball, putting a number of them in play, and then Woods hurting himself just a little bit here. Wild pitch. Runners do not advance, and Bryson is able to hustle back and scoop that ball up before a run comes across the plate. So Roosters somewhat conservative on advancing right there, but you can't say that they're too conservative because they did steal third here earlier in this half inning. So now 3-2 count. Woods from the windup. And that one down to the dirt. That will bring one across the plate. And the Roosters now up 2-0. Coach Baker calling timeout for a quick mound visit. Infield comes in, and maybe everybody's going to talk a little bit about how they're going to handle those different balls. Now there's going to be a force out at every base, including home plate. Weather's a bit cooler than it has been, and obviously with so much rain in today, but it does look like the rain has kind of moved out of the area. Fortunately, due to the turf, that we are able to actually play with no delay or anything like that. So game's starting on time, which is fantastic. So mound visit complete. Baker walks his way back to the dugout.
Hey, back him up, infield.
And they get a new baseball for Woods to work with. And a check swing. Home plate umpire says he did make it across the plate, so that'll be a strike. Swing and a miss. And now an 0-2 count. That is to number 5, Nash, for the Roosters. Second lefty in the lineup here. And strike 3 call, another check swing. And that'll end the half inning, but not before the Roosters put 2 up on the board. And we'll see if MacNSeitz can get something going here early. Good start for the Roosters, swinging the bat, putting the ball in play. And MacNSeitz hurting themselves just a little bit. I thought they'd actually dialed it in with a nice double play.
You can't see first. Do you not want to see first on this camera here?
No, not on third base view.
Okay.
You can only see third base and second base. See first base and second base, where you see the whole field.
Okay.
It's
I was just, yeah, you're right. I was just trying to remember. I don't know who's watching because you have 5 people. 5 people are watching.
it might be these guys.
Okay, we'll see you. Bye.
So wife checking in here with me. She's joining us just a little bit late, although she was here for game time, and she's helping me out with the cameras, telling me, hey, she can't see something or she can't see something. So always a big help in trying to put this little one-man band together. So we got a 3-camera setup here, one facing down the third base line, capturing second base, one down the first base line, also capturing second base, and then of course one capturing the whole field. So I like these views. I'm limited to only a number of cameras that I can manage here. And I have to switch the cameras, I have to do the scoring overlay, and do the audio and all that good stuff. So it looks like the Roosters number 4, and that is going to be Schmidt, will be starting out on the hill for the Roosters. Not looking like he's a little higher on the velocity spectrum, but I've seen him practice here during warm-up with a number of different off-speed pitches, a lot of movement. Looks like curveballs. And so a ton of strategy, obviously, going into pool play and how you're going to handle your pitching staff. How are you going to try to get the best seed possible as you move into bracket play on Sundays? So some teams electing to throw their best pitchers early and for short periods of time, and some folks looking to try to get as far as they can on maybe their 4 or 5, even 6 pitcher. So not sure exactly what the Rooster strategy is here, but Schmidt will start from the windup. And Bryson steps back. They called strike. So curveball, he sits on it and waits, rightfully so, because that one ended up down in the dirt and low as it came across the plate. Now 1-1 count. Swing and miss for a 1-2 count now. Bryce communicating with Coach Baker over there on third. Coach Wingrove over there at the first base box. I did fail to mention that Schmidt is a lefty, and so I know that the Roosters lineup has a couple of lefties. They do pitch. Still a 1-2 count after Spears fouls that one. Missing high, and most of these pitches coming in high 50s. Good change of direction right there, and I'm a little behind in my count. Oh, no, I was not. Looks like Spear was a little confused. He thought he had a walk, and he still has one more to give. Now 3-2 count. So in contrast to velocity, that last fastball coming in high outside, over 67 miles an hour. Spear fouls that one right side. So good AB here to start. Working on pitch number 7 right now. And that's something you definitely look for in a leadoff batter, somebody with good speed, good quality ABs, getting that ball in play. Fly ball right side, a pop-up. First baseman handles it, and that will be out number 1. So Schmidt winning on that battle, but a great AB by Spear, and always disappointing not to make your way on base after a good AB like that, but it's got to give you some heart as you go into your next AB when that time comes around. Now up to plate number 4, Alex Gilman. fastball high. Kilman with a oven mitt in his back pocket. Feeling confident about getting on base here. Some of their hitting techniques. Slides his right foot back, front foot forward on that breaking pitch. Looking for a little bit more depth. And 2 pitches back to back. Swing and miss.
See a ball, hit a ball.
So tough for a lot of the parents and fans to get out here. Ball field's a little bit quiet right now. Obviously a little bit of a rainy day, but these early games, tough for folks to get out of work and get out all the way out to the ball field. Pretty good showing here, in particular for the Liberty crew. Obviously, they're right here locally. And a little bit of a wild pitch right there. So Kilman steps back into the box, up close on that line. I wouldn't say necessarily he's proud of the play, but he's definitely up on it. Lefty from the windup. And he gets him. Kilman a little frustrated on that at-bat, but that'll bring up number 44, Cooper McCown. Strike that one right down the pipe. 67 miles an hour. Number 22, Hudson Woods, in the on-deck circle, waits his turn. And now 1-1 count. So Roosters getting on the base paths early. And in contrast, MacNSeitz yet to have a base runner. Looking for their first one here in Cooper McCown. Does a good job waiting on that one, high and outside. And we've seen a number of pitches from Schmidt right in that same spot. Takes a hack at that one. Not able to get the bat on the pole. And gets his timing down on that one. Fouls that one to the right side.
You're on it, kick. Here we go. Split it in half.
Now working with a 2-2 count. 2 down. Bottom of the first. Oh, curveball, strike 3 call. McCown not too sure about it. I will say it was a good looking curveball. I thought it was a little bit high as it came across the plate. But that'll do it for us in the first, folks. And Roosters out early, 2-0. Looks like the Roosters are going to be meeting here just outside their dugout as our MacNSeitz crew takes the field. Gotta imagine as these balls are put into play, especially in particular in the outfield, man, those things gotta be sopping wet. So I think by rule, each team's supposed to provide at least 2 game balls, if not 3. And I imagine by the time we get through that 3rd or 4th inning, man, they should all be just at least a little bit wet. Hudson Woods giving up 2 here early, but MacNSeitz with a really nice double play in that top of the first. It looks to me like he's kind of starting to get more into that strike zone. Making those small adjustments, it's what you expect a good competitive player like him to do.
Just letting all the carbonation out. So.
We're not doing that today. Stop.
All right, warm-up's all set. And that is number 12, Zach Abel for the Roosters. At bat. Fouls that one. And Hudson Wood starts this batter off 0-1. Little chopper, this one over to second base. And that'll be good for out number 1. That was number 10, Sebastian Wingrove, handling that chopper and making a nice throw over to first for out number 1. First pitch down and outside. Number 29, Felix for the Roosters at bat. And Woods down in the dirt on that one. Ball caroms off the glove for Bryson Spear. And team's doing a good job getting the balls back to home plate umpire. Now 2-0 count. 3-0, that's a tough miss right there. But I tell you, and I talk about this pretty frequently, there's nobody better to call the balls and strikes than the guy right behind the dish. And Hudson Woods can't be too happy with a couple of those. I think a couple of close misses, but never feel like it's a good idea to argue about balls and strikes, in particular when you're sitting off to the left or right side and try to see what is actually coming across the plate. I try to set up as close as I can to have a good vantage point. Runner goes, throw not in time. Batter was showing bunt, trying to draw those corners in off. Third baseman was crashing. And so some good speed out there, but monster lead out second. This one pops up, going to be handled by the first baseman. Nope, it is out of play. I couldn't look up past my canopy, and I couldn't track the ball. I saw the first baseman crash, and I thought maybe he had a play on it. No play there, as that one was well out of play. Now 0-2 count. And we got some fresh baseballs in here, just as you might hope for in these wet conditions. Roosters now at the end of their lineup. Looks like Diehouse up at the plate. Runner on second, just one down. Pickoff attempt. Ball gets away from the shortstop, or second baseman rather, but we're not able to advance. So Woods looking to put this one away here. Got him down 0-2 count. Tries to get him chasing with some high heat. But Diehouse showing some patience. Now 1-2 count. Lead out at second is checked a little bit now, which is good. And a check swing kind of fouls that one back. But a 1-2 count. Diehouse shaking his hands. Looks like that one hit off of the stem of the bat there. Swinging a two-piece DeMarini. And I tell you what, I was just up at the cages with my son last night, and I was like, I stepped into the 80s tunnel where they're pitching 80s. It's been a long time since I stepped in, and it was a lot of fun. But man, you hit that inside, it'll rattle your hands. So good AB by Diehouse, and that's what we've seen from the Roosters so far, getting deeper in the counts. Second baseman working back and forth out there in the field. And And that was an off speed for Woods, but that one did not break. I think it came out of his hand just a little bit funny, and that's something you're going to see, especially in wet conditions, where the ball is a little bit slick and you just don't have that tack in order to have that grip, feeling the seams. And Woods loses another one. Now put runners on first and second. Let's see if MacNSeitz is going to gain another little piece of luck here and work on a double play. That's John Shire up at the plate for the Roosters, and they have now batted around, so they're back to the top of their lineup. Nobody there. Oh, Woods doing a good job trying to keep that runner honest. Ooh. So we have a ball there, 1-1 count. Hudson not getting a lot of those close calls.
Bad.
And he goes right at him right there, a 1-2 count.
Battle. Come on.
1-2 count. Runners on second and first. And he gets him with a nice looking curveball right there. Strike three, swing and a miss. And now 2 down.
Come on, Wyatt.
So MacNSeitz just needing to come up with one more, get out of this inning with no runs. We got a force out of every base. That's number 3 Wyatt for the Roosters stepping into the box. And a good pitch there. That's what I like to see. Just challenge him with that fastball right across the middle there. Runners go. Throw goes down. And not in time.
Here we go, Wyatt. Good job, Felix. Good job, Evan.
So Woods with a smile on his face. Now stepping back on the rubber to work from the window.
That's bad. All right. There we go.
Now Wyatt with a shake of the head as he steps out of the box. Takes a sign from the third base coach. And Woods from the windup. Loses that one. Back pick, and they got him. They got him, folks. So a nice job by Bryson Spear with a good back pick over there at third base, and they get him for out number 3. White did not finish his at bat, so we will see him up leading off the Roosters in their next half inning.
Yeah. I saw that, but I was about to go.
So leading off for MacNSeitz, the number 22 Hudson Woods, followed by Parker Simon. Woods batting cleanup, Parker in that 5-hole, followed by Colston Colquitt, batting number 6. Roosters will stick with number 4 Schmidt out there on the mound. And why not? Good serviceable job up so far, not giving up any runs. And our contest still 2-0. She didn't have to bring water, did she? No worries, don't just stay there. You're fine. She taking pictures or what's she doing?
She went over to see this.
Oh, talk to Becky.
Let's go,
Oh, I
Hudson.
got you.
And the funny thing is, she just now walked over there.
All right, warm-up's all complete now.
Let's go, Hudson.
And Hudson Woods looking to help himself out here a little bit, leading off here in the second inning.
Here we go, Hudson. Start him off now.
Schmidt working from the windup. And swing and miss. So while not a big velocity guy, he's had good control, thrown good strikes, and had really good action on some of those off speeds. And won a couple of close battles with a quality AB, in particular Spear on that first inning. Simons looks on from the on-deck circle. And not a very good swing right there. I think he was looking for something else and ended up with that curveball well outside. 1-2 count. So definitely good contrast in speed and velocity between his fastball and his curveball. About 10, 11 miles an hour. This one down in the dirt. Woods works back to a full count. We'll say it looks like left field and right field playing pretty shallow. Maybe an opportunity to burn someone. Yeah, swing and miss. Strike 3. Woods with a 5 to Simons, giving him some encouragement as he'll take his turn.
Come on.
So, I'll tell you, the dugout looks like they're in good spirits. Everybody's up off the bench, paying close attention to the game. Everybody looking relaxed, and that's something that you really need, and especially in a close game. And in order, when you're trailing, to come back, you have to feel relaxed. In particular, up at the plate. You don't want to be thinking about your swing mechanics and all those different things, because once you start thinking, that's when you start losing. Fly ball right side, and that's going to be out number 2. So that one just off the end of the bat. I thought maybe it had a chance. Kind of that dampness and humidity keeping the ball down, so it didn't travel real well. So that's number 2, Colston Colquitt up at the plate. So 2 innings back to back. MacNSeitz first 2 batters going down. Now looking to get something going here with 2 outs. Fouls that one back, and seen a lot of consistency on that. So the boys may be struggling here with a little bit of that movement. Infield with the middle infielders playing back and pretty deep. Corners, even with the base pass. This one's a little looper inside out. Nope. First baseman handles that, and that's out number 3. So Roosters 3 up, 3 down, 2 innings back to back. Boys will switch out defense here. I'll take a short audio break. He's been sitting like mid-70s, 74. MacNSeitz and Woods will be up again on here on the bump for MacNSeitz. Top of the third, score 2-0 in favor of the Roosters. Number 3, Wyatt, will continue an at-bat here, so he gets a fresh pitch count after a great back pick by Bryson Spear over there at third base to end the last half of the inning. So Spear basically with a second at-bat here against Hudson Wood. Wild pitch in that last one. Wood shaking his hand, but I think that has more to do with the moisture and the dampness. Be nice if they had a little rosin bag out there. Ball in play. This one over to short. Throw comes in. It's off the mark, and that actually leaves the field. So the runner will reach on air and then get an additional base as that throw was off the mark. And now that's the benefit of the turf, I'll tell you, is you get a play after there's been rain or even in rain. But man, that ball really bounces off of it. The ball bouncing right there and going over a pretty low side fence there. So runner now on second, nobody down, and that'll put number 17, Brody Carr, at the plate. So I'm not sure if we're going to do, looks like a courtesy runner. Usually the last one or the last out. And so we're here at the beginning of inning. That'll be their leadoff runner. So a piece of luck for the Roosters to have some nice speed out there on second base, with their leadoff runner being a courtesy runner.
Good cut. Keep your head down. Step to him.
So seeing a ton of foul balls here today. That one going off from the right side. And 2 pitches now, an 0-2 count with 2 foul balls.
Slap it.
Here you go. Squeeze it, Alex.
Head on it right here.
This one down in the dirt. Runner thought about going, and Spear is able to glove that one. Keeping that runner on second. Ooh, nice looking curveball. That one missed maybe just a little bit high. Now 2-2 count. Goes back to it again, almost in that same spot, and maybe just even a bit higher. Carl is able to work back towards a full count. So a modest lead over there at second. Wood's not looking back at all. And a wild pitch. Runner advances, and that's going to put runners on the corner. So with nobody down, the Roosters threatening, and just a 2-0 lead against MacNSeitz here. That's number 8. Maddox at the plate. At the plate. Fly ball, center field. Center fielder calling for it. He tracks that one down. Tag comes in. Throw's going to be, and they'll cut it off. So a sac fly. And that will improve that margin from 2-0 to now 3.
Come on, Cody. Come, Cody. Come on now.
So 3-0 in favor of not MacNSeitz, but the Roosters. And now number 99, Cody, steps into the box. Another back pick, this one over at first. Runner back in time.
Good night, Cody.
Not an outlandish lead out there, but good balance as he takes his lead. Woods now from the stretch course. And a pass ball. Runner will advance uncontested. Now 2-0 count.
Let's go, Cody.
So Woods almost making a mistake right there to line up for the windup. Makes the adjustment and then comes in with a really nice third ball for strike one. So Cody up early in the count. Draws a walk. And now Coach Baker has maybe seen enough. So looking at that pitch count is always one of those things, in particular in pool play, as you know, you look at your pitching staff and trying to develop your strategy on how you're going to get a little bit deeper in bracket play. Oftentimes by the time you make it through bracket play, you'll have played 3 to 4 games depending on the size of the tournament. And I'll tell you what, that's when your pitching staff is really kind of taxed. So right now 13 on the roster for MacNSeitz. That will give them a little bit of depth at pitch. And it looks like he will stick with Woods. So maybe discussing a little bit of the strategy on how to handle the runners and see how Woods is feeling. So play all set and ready to resume. Once again, runners on first and second. Just one down. And strike fastball right down the pipe. Looks like Woods took a little off on that one. Maybe really trying to start with that first pitch strike. That looked like a slider that was down in dirt, and I'll tell you what, that turf is unforgiving. Really tough for these catchers to handle things that when they have practiced on dirt fields for so long, the ball definitely reacts different on one that is down in the dirt, but really more so off the turf. I've seen one that the catcher has done a really good job replacing his knees with his toes with his knees, and really good mechanics with that ball coming off the turf and bouncing clear over his head. So you got to take the good with the bad when it comes to the field surface. I thought that one was awful close, but that is another walk for Woods.
Come on, Colin. Have a little fun. Let's go.
And this is going to be it. So, according to USSSA rules, 2 mound visits in an inning, and you're going to be calling somebody else in. Looks like Baker is calling the right fielder, and it looks like Tucker Lee might get his first opportunity to pitch for MacNSeitz. He's coming into a tough situation, just one down, bases loaded, and Tucker just joining MacNSeitz Black here for the first time. So we'll see if he's feeling good, if he's feeling like there's any pressure to perform. And interesting because Tucker actually goes to school with a number of the guys over here on the KC Roosters. So a little friendly banter back and forth during the school week here, as these guys learned, I think, about Wednesday that they were going to be facing each other. And kind of fun there. I know definitely, certainly a number of the boys, but more so a number of the parents. And really curious. All right, so it looks like Tucker, I'm going to have to go on a short audio break.
going on?
Big deal. How's it going?
Good. What you got set up here?
Man, you're all fancy today. I didn't even recognize you at first. How's the Dynaswing doing over at your test group over there at Dixon?
What's that?
How's the Dynaswing doing for your test group?
Well, my son's one. It's his company.
Yeah.
We just sent 80 bats out to Dick's Sporting Goods in California to have do a test, and it should be going in the store sometime this week. So
Yeah, I got
I
you.
don't know. It'll be either a failure or more bats that we can produce.
Yeah, you bet.
I don't know. He's having fun with it.
Well, that's good.
So what do you got going on here?
So I've got a 3-camera setup, so I'm able to switch camera views, and then I'm
Now, where are the actual cameras?
so there's one right there.
What are they? So that whole get up? Okay.
Yeah, it's a Mevo Start, and I've got some different clamps and whatnot. But I actually live stream to YouTube and Twitter, and so like if you're not able to make it out to a game, you just log in.
Oh, wow.
Log into YouTube and pull up our.
What do we?
It's MNS 14U.
Wow.
You know, and so the kids can actually watch the games back. And then I use a service called Sideline HD, which will send out highlight clips to each of the parents for when their athlete has a.
Now, is that your jugs gun set up as well?
Yeah, I've got the pocket radar going.
Oh wow! So you did this just for the heck of it, or
yeah?
This has nothing to do with what you do for a living. Okay.
No.
Wow, that's some nice stuff. Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
Alex is catching Bryson said. I didn't know.
Oh, thank you for telling me
Sorry,
that.
bud.
Yeah,
I was waiting.
it's gonna
I wanted to catch you when you didn't have your hand.
it's gonna take me a while to learn them all.
Wow, this audio? No.
Yep, that's my audio mixer.
Oh wow!
All right, folks, and we are back now.
Wow, I'll let you work
Now
here,
on the hill
that's
for
cool
us
as heck.
is Tucker Lee. Oh no, and a balk by Tucker Lee. I've not seen him ever do a balk. Not in all the time I've seen him pitching. And so runners will advance, and that cost MacNSeitz a run. So I'm not sure if that was just some discomfort with the mound or what the case was, but. And he's missed outside on a fastball. Ball 1.
Does he have his cleats instead of his church shoes?
No, he switched to his turf shoes on purpose.
Okay, but he just
Okay.
And a nice looking curveball right there. That one coming in 73 miles an hour. Now 1-1 count. That is number 22 Colin for the Roosters at the plate. Runners now on second and third. This one fouled back right side.
Filling it up, kid.
And so Lee finding the zone here early. Coming in a tough spot with the bases loaded. Slips on the mound and then is called for a box, so it costs him a run. Goes with a nice pitch right there, trying to get him to chase one down low, but misses. Now 2-2 count. So a good strong lead out there at second base. The single has good opportunity to score 2. A little chopper third base side, but that one is foul. And so far a good AB by number 22, Colin. Looks like Colin Jasper for the Roosters. And strike 3 call. So first batter Tucker has faced ends up with a strikeout. I tell you what, he pitched lights out last weekend out here at Capitol Federal. Pitched a complete game, 6 innings, 12 strikeouts. So out of 18 outs, Tucker had 12 strikeouts. So feeling pretty good, dialing things in, and you know, hats off to Craig Bowles over at Bowles and Strikes out of Kearney, Missouri, just north of the Liberty area here. Tucker's been working with Craig for oh, I'd say the last 2-3 months for pitching lessons, and it has really transformed Tucker. Missing outside right there on a fastball, 1-1 or now a 2-0 call. So we talk so often about first pitch strike percentages, trying to get folks out. Challenges them straight up right there, right down the pipe. 2-1 count. So this is lefty Schmidt up here looking to help himself out as he's been the pitcher of record for the Roosters. Ooh, and this ball carrying off of the glove for a catch. And fortunately, I had one of the parents tell me that is actually now number 4, Kilman, behind the dish. So I'm trying to make a number of different adjustments out here defensively, keeping these guys fresh. Fouls that one back, and man, I sure would like to see Tuck get into a little bit more of a rhythm. Looks like we're going a little bit slow here. Oh, this one right off of the catcher's helmet, because that one was down in the dirt. I mean, probably 2 feet before the home plate. I saw that ball slip right out of the hand. You know what? Hats off to the umpire, man. He's doing the best that he can to try and keep these pitchers supplied with some balls that are dry. And Tucker talking to him right now about the condition of the mound. But you know, we talked about that actually before we came out to the game. We knew the turf was going to be slick. It's rained most of the day. It's just, it is what it is, right? And the good thing is that all boys on both sides of the ball are playing with the same field conditions. So can't be any complaint right there. So Tucker with a walk, and that actually loads the bases back up, but he starts off with a foul ball. That is number 12, Zach Abelin. So looking for some bragging rights out there at Discovery Middle School. Ooh, catches him with a beautiful looking curveball. And gets Abelin down 0-2 here early.
Protect here. Just get your bat on it. Get your bat on it.
MacNSeitz looking to get out of here with no more damage. Ooh. And that fastball came in super high. Tucker looking for some grip out there on that mound. And you got to think Hudson Woods was dealing with the same thing. And gets him with the curveball there to get out of that half inning, but not before the Roosters put 2 more back up on the scoreboard, and now 4-0. So looking like MacNSeitz really needing to get some bats going here. That apparently has kind of been the situation for a lot of the year. So defensively, they've done a good job, turned a double play. Nobody has really made any big errors. And so just looking for some offensive production. We'll see if the Roosters stick with Schmidt out there on the hill, and they do. So this will be the 3rd inning pitch by Schmidt, and when you look at the rules, you can pitch 3 innings and still be able to pitch the next day. Oftentimes when you see a guy pitching on Friday night, he's not going to pitch Saturday, but he will pitch Sunday. And so you can do that and pitch a little bit more, but then you're really looking at how many outs, and so you're looking at the number of innings that the guy's throwing. But when you're a responsible coach as well, you're also looking at the number of pitches, right? How much wear and tear is going to happen on those shoulders and elbows and all that good stuff. So I know these guys working year round, and strength and conditioning, pitching lessons, arm care, all those different things. So short audio break here while the Roosters warm up. And my mistake. mistake. I guess not. I was getting ready to reset here, but looked like my pocket radar had stopped working there towards the end of that last inning. But I got her up and running, and Roosters are all set to go here. So a classic lefty versus lefty right here. That is number 21, Paxton Crowther at the plate. And the dugout calling some encouragement out to him. Looking to get a little bit of something going. Now 1-1 count. I like it. A lot of energy in the dugout there. A lot of encouragement. And that's the kind of stuff that you need when you're coming from behind. Crowther doing a good job laying off of that one, well outside, bouncing outside of the catcher's ability to get to the ball. And a called strike, that'll make his pitch count now 2-2. On deck, number 10, Sebastian Wingrove waits his turn. And a swing and a miss, strike 3 call. Not a strike 3 call, but a swing and a miss. So Crowther goes down, and now it is Wingrove's turn. Wingrove a little cold. Got a little winter cap on there, right? Kind of around his chin, up his ears, and over his head. I don't think it's quite that chilly, folks. It is a little cooler than it has been, for sure, though. Swing and miss on that last pitch. Now 1-1 count. Tucker lead now on deck. So far, MacNSeitz with no answer for Schmidt's left hand. Done a great job out there on the bump for the Roosters. Continues to work from the windup. Has not had a base runner yet. And Wingrove now 2-2. He thought about that one, kind of hesitated for just a moment. Holds that swing, now earns a full count. MacNSeitz just looking to get a base runner. And a strike 3 call, he thought that was ball 4, and Wingrove goes down looking. Now Lee with his first at-bat at MNS Black. Righty thrower, lefty batter. And so that fastball coming in, it's 62 miles an hour. That's definitely, maybe that was a little bit of a two-seam. But I would think his two-seam is going back into touch, so not a two-seam like that. Looping curveball well outside. And so that lefty versus lefty. We'll say Tuck's been seeing the ball pretty well. Looking like he's maybe just a bit nervous. Takes a small pause. Gets a couple of swings in here. Now steps back into the box.
Good night.
So 2-1 count, and it's interesting because I talked about the mound and the difference that was making for the pitching, but it also makes a difference on the angle of attack for the batters. And so you see those higher pitches coming in, and they look pretty good. But I'll tell you what, there's nothing harder to hit than a high heat fastball. Lee up ahead in the count here, 3-1. This is a hitter's pitch. He's on it. He was ready, but he rolled over, fouled it down the right side. Now full count. We'll see if Schmidt goes back to that curveball. He does not. Tucker fouls that one back, and a great AB right here.
Hey, keep fighting, Pup.
So we got 6 pitches in, and so far Schmidt has been winning the battles. Let's see if MacNSeitz can do it right here. And a nice hit right there. That is going to be good for a single. And Tucker Lee is the first batter to make his way on base for MacNSeitz.
Way to battle.
So a little life here with 2 outs. MacNSeitz going to be looking to try and get that runner around. We've got some heavy lifting yet to do. Still 4-0 in favor of the Roosters. Up at the plate is number 15, Grant Warren. And pickoff move over there. He does not throw the ball, but I don't know if Tucker's got much grip over there with his turf shoes on. So doing a good job of trying to keep the runner honest. I will tell you, Tuck has a plus speed out there, but he's got a modest lead, and you know what? There's really no reason to test it right here. One run is not going to tie this game up. It's not going to win the game. Every now and then you'll see a hit and run kind of get going and trying to get some late inning action going. But if there's ever an opportunity for a hit and run, it's when you have 2 outs, because a pop-off's not going to get somebody doubled off. And a back pick over there at first. Thought he was going to throw, but he did not. And the Roosters coach calls for a timeout. And he's wanting to talk to his players. So exciting to see Tucker with a nice little stroke right there. Good ball right in between first and second base.
Oh, he did. He slipped completely, yeah.
But man, this turf's already wet and slick, but not having his mobile cleats on, I can't imagine. It's got to feel like an ice rink out there. Grant Warren doing a good job. He's been patient, not chased anything yet. And my goodness, my pocket radar just not working for me here. Called strike on that one. Schmidt looks like he took something off to just get it right across the plate. Does the same there, but misses outside or rail. Now 3-1 count. MacNSeitz with an opportunity here. So those lefties always so crafty with runners over on first. Nice looking pickoff move right there. So just a very modest lead by Lee over there on first. And Schmidt battles back to a full count. So if Warren is able to get on base, we're back to the top of the lineup. Puts the ball in play. This one over to third base. And that is going to be out number 3. So Lee with a nice hit right there, but MacNSeitz leaving one stranded. And the Roosters continue to roll. I'll leave you guys here with some ballpark sounds by the stadium organist. Well, folks, if MacNSeitz is going to have a chance to come back in this one, we are in top of the fourth now, looking for a clean inning. We were able to hold the Roosters in the second. They scored 2 on both the first and third. Lee coming in with the bases loaded. And a nice play out there at second for out number 1. That looks like that was Sebastian Wingrove. So now number 2. This is the end of the lineup for the Roosters. Diehouse at the plate. So some good efficiency by Lee. 1 pitch and 1 out. And that's the type of action that can get you a little bit deeper in the games. Now pitching from the windup. Fastball, this one coming in 71 miles an hour. And I think that hat is just a little bit big for him, man. He gets that body moving. That doggone hat comes off. He's got a mountain of hair. You would think it would keep it on there. 0-2 count. Oh, pegs this one down in the dirt. And Ketch takes that one off his shoulder, man. I don't think he was happy about that one. And coach does a great job collecting up the ground ball, giving Ketch just a moment to recover there. 1-2 count. And a strike 3 call. So 2 batters, 2 outs.
Here we go, John.
And MacNSeitz looking for a clean inning right here. Well, that'll put the Roosters back at the top of the lineup. And John in class with Tuck here during the week. That one coming in high. And now 1-1 count. So John right on top of that one. Gets underneath it, fouls it back. But timing right on. That's one of the things I talk about quite a bit. When you're fouling a ball straight back, you know your timing's on. Just the barrel of the ball just getting underneath the barrel of the bat getting underneath the ball. Tucker going back to that curve ball, and this is outside. Didn't have good action on that one. Kind of hung. Those are the dangerous ones. I thought it was a 2-1 count. 3-1 count? Okay, yeah. I thought the scoreboard was off there. So 3-1 count now. Tucker looking for a 1-2-3. And now he's taking a minute here to put his hat back on. Look, I don't know if I've ever seen that right in the middle of a game. Hey, we got to call a timeout. Let me get my hat on. I need to get him a new hat. That thing's too big. 3-1 count now. Fly ball right side. And that is out number 3. So John puts a good knock on that one, but gets under it a little too much. And MacNSeitz goes 1-2-3. So some heavy lifting yet to do here. Bottom of the 4th. Just about 3 innings left here. And we'll see how the rest of this game goes. I'm going to take a short audio break and leave you with some more ballpark stadium organist sounds.
I think so, yes. Close to it. You want your legs up here? I just want to
set here to go, folks. And maybe a little surprising to me, I kind of would have expected the Roosters to go to maybe a different pitcher, but Schmidt done a great job for him so far. He continues to pitch. But he starts off. Bryce Spear. Oh, that is okay. Yeah, I don't know about that one. That one looked a little out there. Now 2-1 count, and I talk about that a lot, man. Like, without these umpires, we don't get a chance to play baseball. So I'm definitely a big fan of the movement of trying to support the umpire staffs, not bellyache and grumble about balls and strikes and silly things. Obviously, if you have someone that's instrumental to the game and a lot of excitement and whatnot, those things are kind of natural. And Spear earning a leadoff walk on a pass ball. He hustles down to first. And now maybe MacNSeitz here with a little bit of life and bottom of the fourth.
All right, Evan, here we go.
Everybody hit hard.
So that is number 4, Alex Kilman at the plate. Good lead over there by Spear. Ball in play. This one over to third base. A little slow dribbler. He's got a chance to leg this one out. Ball gets by the first baseman.
Hey, we scored, Graham.
And a nice job on what I would call possibly an infield single. I mean, you might be able to ring that one up as a reach on air, as the throw was definitely off the mark. But third baseman, that ball just died as it was chopping down that third base line. He has to make a pretty valiant effort just to try to get that ball over to first base at any time yet to make that out. Throw was off that mark, and the first baseman unable to come up with the dig. And that'll put runners on the corners with nobody down. So now with MacNSeitz threatening here in bottom of the fourth, and coach wanting to take some time to talk about it. Umpire wanting to move the game along, goes up and breaks him up. So the Roosters stick with Schmidt out there on the hill. He's been crafty over there with pickoffs at first base. And so far, nobody has challenged the catch with anything significant on the base path.
He's going to read it.
Runner goes, throw goes down, and it is that very formulaic play where the second baseman charges in and the catch throws right to him, trying to catch the guy over on third sleeping. So now MacNSeitz with 2 runners in scoring position, Cooper McCowan at the plate. Fouls that one back, and he's up on the ball, ready to go. That one hit the inside
Hey, you're right there. So you can, Cooper.
inside on the bat. He's wringing his hands. And not atypical for a lefty versus lefty. And missing up there. Now a 1-1 count. Is that 1-2? I don't know what game I'm watching, folks. I'm behind him a pitch train.
Here we go, Coop. See you, kid.
So count now even, 2-2. Modest leads over on base, and why not? Because we've got some heavy lifting here to do. Really want to see this ball get in play. We're at the worst of one. 3-2 count. And a strike 3 call. So McCown with a missed opportunity right there, and I imagine he'd like to have that one back.
Here we go, 22. Swing with it.
That's going to bring up Hudson Woods to the plate. you know, when you got nobody down, you got 2 runners on, and you're down 4. That's just one of those things that, as you continue to work on your baseball IQ and all that, you don't necessarily have to get it hit, but you got to get that ball in play. In particular, with a left-handed batter up there, man, he gets to that left side, and you're in great shape for an RBI.
That's right. Got getting close.
So a good hack right there, but he misses.
Take it to right.
And 3 pitches and 3 strikes. Woods goes down swinging. And now what looked like the start of a great inning where we got 2 runners on and nobody down. We've got 2 down and no runs have scored. But with still an opportunity here, Parker Simons up the plate. So everyone up, everyone's paying attention. Still some good energy in that dugout. So in contrast to Woods at bat, Simons gets 2 pitches and 2 balls. Ooh, that one missed. So 3 pitches, 3 balls, and man, I tell you what, there are a lot of folks out there who disagree with me, but this is what I call a home run ball. It really depends on the situation, though, and of course, being down, you got 2 runners on. Swing and miss. So I like it. You know, Coach Baker giving him the green light, and that's something I like to see, in particular youth baseball. Too many coaches will make a kid take on a 3-0 count, and I hate that. So this is a hitter's pitch right here. Oh, and Parker Simons throws the bat, feeling like that one was down low. Called strike and now full count. So MacNSeitz so far not super aggressive at the plate. Not getting the bat on the ball a ton yet.
There it is.
And fly ball right side. This one's going to be trouble.
No,
And it is fair. Oh my goodness! I thought for sure that was going foul. 3 Roosters crowd around it, and Parker Simons coming up with an RBI single. He's able to stretch that one out, and 2 runs come across. I tell you what.
that was impossible. That didn't happen.
I mean, 2 down, runners are just going, right? And so Simons doing a great job. That was a high fly ball. He had plenty of time to come across round first, make his way over to second. And so now, folks, we got ourselves a little bit of a game here. So putting up 2 runs there, now 4-2, and the Roosters will make a pitching change. Number 2, Colston Colquitt will be at the plate, followed by Paxton Crowther in the on-deck circle. Roosters change, and they're going to go to number 3, that is Wyatt, to try and come in and shut things down. He will have an opportunity to roam up here. And I'll go on a short audio break. Yep, bottom of 4.
Well, I've got
I forgot you needed
they had tried to sell it. Yeah.
All right, all set to go here. And a pickoff attempt right away.
There you go.
And here we go. There's a base hit. Left side. Oh, look, there we go. They're sending him. Nice job. Nice job. So some aggressive base running by the MacNSeitz crew, and that is going to make it a 4-3 contest right now. Ball goes left side, throw comes all the way home, and runner is able to make his way over to second. So good heads-up base running.
Hey, good cut.
And Crowther with a nice cut right there. Fouls that one off kind of left side. Saw him pitching in practice the other day. I guess he's had some arm issues and hasn't been pitching for a little while, but looked good up on the bump there. I did some pass ball, folks. And MacNSeitz with the tying run now on third base.
Here we go, battle here.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, 2-1.
Missing outside.
Hey, expect it here.
And now 3-1 count. MacNSeitz with a little 2-out rally right here, folks.
Oh!
Hard hit ball.
Run out.
Third baseman will handle it. And that is going to be out number 3. So MacNSeitz stranding 1, but putting up 3 runs on the board, making a little bit of a game out of this one. Now 4-3. God, it would have been great to see them tie it up with that opportunity and a runner on third. But I tell you what, coming up with kind of a little bit of a trouble blooper over there. High fly ball right side, just beyond the infield, out into the grass. 3 Roosters kind of crowded around the ball, and nobody calling for it or handling it. I don't know if they lost it in the sky or what the case might have been, but that led to a number of other hits and some good base running. Coach Baker over there giving the guys the opportunity to make some things up with their legs. And Lee coming out here on the bump, doing a good job so far, has given the MacNSeitz an opportunity to remain close. So obviously, if we're going to have any opportunity to come back here late, we're going to need a couple more clean innings. But talking with Zach Abram over there or Zach Abram's dad, Brandon, over there on the Roosters team. So again, I'm familiar with a lot of the Liberty kids because my son's up here in the Liberty area. And Roosters been in this situation on a number of occasions over the season. Now I'm just coming into the MacNSeitz Black team here, and what I can tell you is, from what I've been hearing, is that each weekend they've been improving and getting more and more competitive. So certainly looking that way right now, and looks to me like Tucker Lee's stretching out that back. Fly ball right side, left side. That one does get down, and that will be good for a single. So a leadoff single right there. That was number 3, Wyatt. And so maybe feeling a little salty after coming up there and letting up a number of runs, but they get a courtesy runner for him over there first. Comes up with a big single right there and a leadoff single like that. That'll bring up number 17, Brody Carr. Pickoff attempt over there, and I'll tell you what, you guys may not be able to see it, but the sun is setting over here on the left side of the field, and first baseman wearing some sunglasses today. He is staring straight into that sun, so I'd say we need to be a little careful with those pickoff attempts over at first right now. So foul ball to Carr. And he starts off down in the count 0-1. Hard hit ball, left side, foul ball. Man, he smoked that one left side. That was a laser. And fortunately for MacNSeitz, that one goes foul. Carr now down 0-2. I'll tell you what, it's been a number of months. I haven't seen Carr, I think, probably since football season here last year. And he's put on some pounds. Kid's been doing a good job. Amazing how fast these guys grow once they start getting to that 13, 14 age bracket. Oh, Tucker goes back to that curveball. Nearly got Carr there, but Carr was able to get just the tip of the end of the bat on that one. Still working with an 0-2 count. And Lee really needed to come up with an outrage. Also the possibility for a double play. MacNSeitz already doing that here in the first inning. Oh, wild pitch. That one, no chance for a catch to put a glove on that one. That one is 3 feet above his head after he jumped up. Runner advances, uncontested, of course. And now that double play ball is out. And Carr continues to battle. Once again, end of the bat. That one kind of jumping off of what I thought was the foot, but Carr didn't look to be perturbed. Still a 1-2 count. But we're 5 pitches in. Nice pitch there. Tell you what, something he used to do quite a bit, and he had a little bit more familiarity with the catching crew, but Paul McCliney over there on the MacNSeitz Brew team does such a great job blocking. In this situation, Tucker would typically go to a slider down and in the dirt. And, first time working with these guys, so it's going to take a little bit of time. But a 2-2 count, missing up high on a fastball there. Runner on second, nobody down. Go get him, Tuck! Let's see what Lee's got right here. Boom, right down the middle. That's strike 3. And a big strikeout there. He wins that battle, but man, that was about 6-7 pitches. Lee was looking up at the sky after that last foul ball. Comes up with a big strikeout right there, but that brings up number 8, Maddox for the Roosters. Maddox with a single right up the middle. And so that puts 2 runners on for the Roosters. 1 down. You know, I was talking about stats and things like that. Something that, I was on the game changer stats for our other team, and looking at the opposing batters' batting average, Tuck had a pretty good ERA. Opposing batters' batting average, not even quite 200. And with hitters in position, even better. Led the team in runners left on base. And so in these types of situations, he has come up big. But this Rooster team looks like they have been swinging the bat really well. Oh, I don't know where that pitch was at. That one looked close. But again, when you're not behind the plate like the umpires are, that one could have been outside. That one definitely in, and now 2-1 count. So this is number 99, Cody. One runner in scoring position. Runner on first base as well. Oh, that one down in the dirt. I think Tuck was hoping he would chase that one. Now a 3-1 count. Tuck looking a little stiff right there. And he's not getting into a good rhythm. Usually it's like when pitch, 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 pitch. So that's a ball forward, and that loads the bases.
Hey, take a deep breath.
So just one down. Now we've got to force out at every base. Don't forget about that double play opportunity. We're going to see what is the strategy for MacNSeitz right here. So looks like first base is in, third base is in. Okay, so they move the corners in. Middle infield, playing at double play depth. Misses curveball outside. So that is Schmidt up at the plate. Pitched a great game while he was in. Gave up 2 runs. Fly ball right side. This one's a gapper, folks. This one's that's over the right fielder's head. I don't know if he tracked that ball well. 2 runs score. Looks like a third will come around as the relay was off the mark. And so MacNSeitz will put, not MacNSeitz, the Roosters will put 3 more up, and that's now 7-3. Right fielder looked like he might have had an opportunity on that one. I thought it was going to be more of a gapper, but it trailed off to the right. Did get over the right fielder's head, and as it did, he just did not track it. And then the relay just off the mark. Really, trying to protect the runs and things like that. I think it really should have lined up a little bit differently, but it is what it is at this point. Now 7-3, runner on second, and still just 1 down. Number 22 at the plate, that's calling. Hard hit ball, left side. This is high in the sky. Ooh. Left fielder doesn't get to it, so that one drops down. Now an 0-1 count. So that's Colin S. Looks like he got a little underneath the ball on that one. I think that would have been a good opportunity, but not able to get out there. It was in foul territory, so he had quite a bit of grass to cover there. Fly ball, same spot. Now in fair territory, and shortstop collects that one for out number 2. So number 8 batter for the Roosters. Nash now at the plate. Pretty good lead out there at second. I'd like to see Tucker look that guy back. Fly ball, left side again. Oh, and he drops the ball, folks. He drops the ball. So an error. Runner reaches on air. Run scores. And the Roosters now up 8-3. Oh, nice play over there at first base. As the first baseman lays out, that is Hudson Woods. And I tell you what, that was a great play. Laying out, getting that ground ball down that right base line, and that'll be good for out number 3. So, maybe a couple of missed opportunities there defensively for MacNSeitz, and Roosters are able to capitalize on it, put some more runs up on the board, and give them a little bit more breathing room as we head into bottom of the 5th right now. MacNSeitz finally getting a few things going batting-wise, and so let's see what they can do here as the Roosters will stick with number 3 Wyatt T out there on the bump.
Swing hard, kid.
Needs to get back to that fastball a little bit more. His back is stiff, I can tell. What's that? No, I'm good. Thank you. All right, folks. Swing and miss on that first pitch. That is number 10, Sebastian Windrow. So bottom of the 5th.
Blanket's not fully wrapped in like a needle around you. Like a sleeping bag. That's what we should give you is a sleeping bag.
Curveball down in the dirt on that one. Windrow wisely holds off on that. Now 1-1 count. Fastball high. Now 2-1 count. Swing and miss.
Right there, Seabass. Keep your head on it.
So 4 pitches, 2 balls, 2 strikes, both of them swinging and miss. And this one now down in the dirt. So Wingrove with a 4 count. Looking relaxed in the box. And strike 3 call. Wingrove goes down looking. That one was right down the pipe, folks. And now Tucker Lee, probably not feeling great after that last half inning. And so time has expired. Umpire has let both coaches know. So this will be the last half inning. So we're going to miss on a curveball. Tucker Lee out in front on that one. Ooh. He hadn't called that spot all day, folks. That's that one was oh man. Tough one. 0-2 count.
Nice.
And Tucker Lee rips another single.
Get there.
Almost in that same exact spot as the last one. So 2 and 2, 2 for 2 on the day. And we have just 1 down. So that's going to bring up number 15, Grant Warren. Strike call. You know, talking with Tuck as we were headed to the ball field here earlier today, he had not received any of the signs yet. So obviously brand new to MacNSeitz Black, and you know, I don't know if they were able to review any of the signs here ahead of the game. I'm sure they probably did, and told him to work with the guys in the dugout. So those fellas have been working together for a number of months now. They're likely on the same page. And so Tuck with a heads up.
Go, boys!
Heads up right there. Ball down in the dirt out in front of home plate. He takes that opportunity to move over to second. Grant being patient at the plate right now. Looking for that right pitch. Up ahead in the count. And no pass ball, runner goes. Catch has no idea where that one went. He was looking down and to the left. It actually popped up off that turf and rolled to the right. So Lee's able to make his way over to third base. 3-1 count. White comes up with the fastball, and that'll now be a full count. Ball 4. And Warren draws that walk. So now runners on the corners. And Roosters coach with a clipboard heading out to the mound. He's just looking for a quick visit, so he lets pitch know that he's still going to be in the game. He turned around and started to head right back up to the rubber. So, I like that type of competitive nature. He's not ready to go out, but coach still wanted to have a few more things to talk about, maybe some of their infield strategy. But time has expired, and this is MacNSeitz' last opportunity to make a go of it. So just one down, runners on the corners, and umpire once again out there to break them up. So Roosters coach making use of all the time that he's given and talking to his crew. That brings up the top of the order, Bryson Spear, and a balk called. So runners will advance. And long and short is, if you guys didn't see it there, and I didn't have it on a good view for you, but pitch did not come all the way set. So when you don't come all the way set, that is a balk, and kind of puts the batter at a disadvantage, and so that's why that rule exists. Big swing and a miss. This one by Bryson Spear. He's wanting to get the bat on the ball, get a little something going. No contest now, 8-4. That balk brought in Tucker Lee from who's over on third, and moved the runner from first over to second. And fastball. 1-2 count. Curveball outside. Catch does a good job moving laterally to his right and getting that glove on the ball, because that could have been another ball with an advancement of the base runner. MacNSeitz so far, when on the base paths, has been somewhat aggressive and have done a good job running. I know they had practice out there on Wednesday, and they did a number of different base running drills. Now full count to Spear. Swing and a miss. Spear goes down, and MacNSeitz with just one out left. So number 3 wide up there on the hill he's ready to go. He's trying to get his pitches going just as the batters are stepping into the box and preparing to hit. So I think the home plate umpire has done a good job working with both the pitcher and the batters. Good block. Good block by the catch, and the runner goes. Catch makes a nice throw down there, and fortunately for MacNSeitz, ball comes out of the glove because that throw was certainly on time. But now runner in good scoring position for Kilman. Ooh. That ball just missing, and umpire definitely indicating to pitch where he thought that ball was. And so 4 pitches, 4 balls, and Kilman makes his way over to first base. So now, once again, runners on the corners, this time for number 44, Cooper McCallum.
Here we go, Coop. You're due now.
dugout wrapped the tension over there. And swing and a miss from the count. All right, so catcher stepping up and then calling out a play to his infielders in case of a steal. Something a little more common about a pass ball. Runner does not go from third to home. He would have had about all day to do that had he been a little bit more prepared. I think he was maybe a little bit wary of a set play by the Roosters and maybe a back pick over a third. Nonetheless, now runners in scoring position, second and third for the count. Now working off of a 2-1 count. Score still 8-4. Favor of those Roosters. And another pass ball, the runner doesn't go. And so, of course, you may question, why does the runner go? Why are we not being a little more aggressive? But you've got 2 outs, no other outs to give. And we've got 4 runs that we need to make up just to tie the game. So, and of course, with this being pool play, if the game were to end in a tie, this would be a draw. And so now about the 3rd or 4th pass ball, and MacNSeitz still not opting to go. That runner, the batter, McCown, makes his way over the first on a walk, and now the Roosters coach has seen enough. So there will be a pitching change now with his second visit to the mound. YT obviously a little frustrated with his performance right there. I hear a fan yell out to keep his head up. And a side armor. So this is number 8 for the Roosters. Looks like Maddox. So definitely a side-on throw, and you know what? Not a bad pitching change, given the guys and all the batters. Definitely a very different look. So started out with a lefty who pitched really very strong until he came out, gave up 2 runs. White came in and he gave up a couple more, but Roosters still out ahead, 8-4. Short audio break here while the Roosters continue to warm up. Folks. So first pitch down in the dirt. And another pass ball. I tell you what, catcher's working hard trying to get that glove on the ball. Not having a lot of luck right now, but MacNSeitz, I mean, at this point, no intention right now to try to advance on that pass ball. So now 2-1 count.
Let's go, Hudson. Drop it,
That
buddy.
is Hudson Woods at the plate. Kind of move that back foot a little bit on that swing. Ooh. And a little chin music right there. As Maddox for the Roosters goes up high and inside on Woods. He misses for ball 4, and 1 run scores. So, Maddox H getting the call for the Roosters to come in and close things out. comes up with a walk right there. And now we got a 3-run game. Home umpire's done a great job this evening. I'll tell you what, guys that are confident about the call, are vocal about it and whatnot. That was a foul ball right off the box, and he says exactly that, steps out front, takes control. That's what I like to see when you got somebody looking behind the field. So this is number 27, Parker Simons at the plate. He now has a 1-2 count. And there's a strike 3 call. So that is going to do it for us here, folks. We're at the Capital Federal Sports Complex of Liberty playing in the Crown Town Challenge. Give it up to the Roosters with a strong showing right here, especially at the plate. MacNSeitz battling back here late, but coming up just a bit short. So we will see you guys tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, playing again here at Memorial Field at the Capital Federal Sports Complex. Thank you guys for joining us. If you like the videos, do us a favor, consider a subscribe, give us a like, and leave a comment. We'll get back to you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys